My role today is to talk about Micron's memory technology and what we're doing to address high-demand applications in AI. Think about all the data that's been digitized over the years on a variety of subjects from various sources. We need to be able to access and analyze that data with speed and accuracy to get to the answers faster. This is where memory comes in. So the message I want to convey to you today is that memory is at the heart of AI. You heard earlier that in a memory system, if you think about the application processor as the brain, you can think about the memory as the heart. So speaking of the heart, I have seen this video several times, and it always gives me goosebumps, especially when Steve talks about, in all that data, is the cure for ALS or Parkinson's. So this is what really excites me about the power of AI, is this idea of precision healthcare. So I want to tell you a personal story so that you can understand why I'm excited about precision healthcare, why I've become passionate about it, and how as a technologist, I can see how memory matters in the development of personalized medicine. This is my son, Connor. I took this photo in 2014 as he was getting ready for a school dance. In 2013, Connor was diagnosed with brain cancer. His is a solid tumor in his cerebellum called medulloblastoma. There are only around 350 cases of medulloblastoma diagnosed each year in the United States. So after surgery to remove the brain tumor, Connor started treatment, and I remember the day because it was the day after his 16th birthday. And we had a couple of treatment options at the time, but they both involved a 20-year-old protocol of radiation and chemotherapy. The second option was to move across country, take him away from his friends, and add stem cell recovery. But when his oncologist told me that the predicted outcome was the same, we opted to stay home with our support network. Connor's treatment took an entire year and is probably another year for him to recover. And right now, I think I've worried you, so I want to just reassure you that Connor is fine. He's studying kinesiology at university, and he has a bright future. In this photo, he was exhausted, but he still managed to stay out till midnight that night. So why am I telling you this story? When Connor got sick, I started reading. I'm trained as a scientist, so when there's a crisis, I do research. And I started reading about medulloblastoma, and I started learning about this thing out there called targeted gene therapy and the promise of precision healthcare. I learned that doctors no longer think of medulloblastoma as a single disease, but it's a tumor with 4 distinct molecular pathways. Connor's particular mutagenic pathway was called sonic hedgehog. So I didn't stop reading. I'm still reading about this, and more recently I read that there's been a breakthrough, and doctors are now seeing that one subtype of Connor's cancer is responding to targeted gene therapy. So my feeling about the power of AI is that these breakthroughs will accelerate now, and that we won't wait 5, 10, 20 years to get a new protocol. Because doctors are starting to tailor treatment plans based on DNA sequencing, and researchers are starting to classify tumors based on DNA sequencing. These are some data that reference what can happen with DNA sequencing in the case of the treatment of childhood cancer. In 95% of the time, the information from DNA sequencing will yield to the future discovery of new drugs. 46% of the time, something actionable will be found that can help the patient's care, and then 25% of the time, we'll actually be able, from DNA sequencing, to tailor the treatment plan. The hope is, in the future, that cancer will be treated with far less invasive treatments and far better statistical outcomes. This vision for precision healthcare depends on the collection of vast amounts of data. There will be clinical and molecular and pathological data collected over a patient's lifetime. Connor will be in that data set. So what I'm saying is this is a big data problem. And this big data problem needs a memory-centric solution. So new memory technology will contribute to this acceleration of learning that I've been talking about. Memory will help get to the answer faster. These huge genetic databases are going to need higher performance working memory and higher capacity storage memory. Memory technology will contribute to faster and more accurate diagnosis and treatment, and this will lead to lower costs and improved outcomes. So, as a parent, when you're faced with this situation, you want nothing more than to get to the answers faster. What's exciting to me as a technologist is we can use memory technology and the power of AI to solve these important technical health challenges. This is what inspires me as a technologist and makes me proud of what we're doing at Micron. So let's talk about that. Let's talk now about what Micron's doing. We're working with leading researchers to understand how our memory and our hardware can be optimized for AI and machine learning. So I'm going to tell you about a couple examples of work we're doing with key collaborators using an FPGA accelerator card that we've customized with our high-performance, high-density memory. I'll start with some work that's being carried out at the Knight Cancer Institute at the Oregon Health and Science University. The goal is to take high-resolution images acquired from electron microscopy and use machine learning to create 3D images of cancer cells. To do this, we use the power of an accelerated machine learning inference engine combined with Micron's fast memory to analyze these images quickly and accurately. The standard processing of these images oftentimes requires that they be sliced into many pieces, sometimes thousands of pieces, and then restitched at the end of the process, which can cause some anomalies or artifacts and affect the accuracy. Sometimes it can take weeks or months to create one 3D image of a cancer cell. Our technology allows the processing of the entire image without slicing, without restitching. So this is important because researchers need to analyze many images from many patients to understand how the patients are responding to tailored treatment options. And our technology, accelerating the process and improving the accuracy, can help speed the research to find personalized cancer treatment options. This work, by the way, is being exhibited downstairs in the experience zone. So I invite you to visit the Oregon Health and Science University exhibit after the program. I'll give you another example of work we're doing along these lines. We're initiating a project with the Department of Energy and Lewis Rhodes Labs to use Micron's custom hardware to analyze an unstructured data set from a very large patient population. Consider the millions of veterans in the United States and all the files associated with their medical care. Doctor's notes, test results, imaging files. Often the answers are hidden in this data set, a data set too large to be interpreted without the power of AI. So perhaps from this work we can understand and diagnose and treat things like cardiovascular disease or traumatic brain injury better, or contribute to patient-specific analysis to understand suicide prevention. So in general, as humans, we can't see the patterns in this huge data set. So, and if we put a standard computer on it, it might solve the problem, but it'll be 50 years from now and a lifetime from now. With the power of AI, we can solve this solution set. We can find solutions within this huge data set within a matter of minutes. So I want to emphasize that in both of these cases and others, we're working with key collaborators to understand how our memory can be better optimized for AI and machine learning, and to develop and test novel architectures. Now I'm going to switch gears and talk about, give you a few examples of Micron's memory technology. I don't have enough time to go through the entire portfolio, so 3 examples. And to do that, I want to introduce a persistent challenge in the memory industry. So the challenge is to continue down this path we've been on of exponentially improving performance, bandwidth, and speed, while simultaneously reducing cost and power consumption. I want to focus on bandwidth, and I know some of you know what that is, but maybe some of you don't. So I'll tell you that in a modern system, the system performance is inhibited by the narrow bus that connects the application processor to the memory, because the memory can't supply data at the rate that the application processor can consume it. So that was a lot. That was a mouthful. So let me give you an analogy to explain bandwidth further, and I'll come back to this analogy a couple of times. This may look like your daily commute in the Bay Area. Everyone's trying to go somewhere on the same freeway at the same time, but there are too many cars and not enough lanes. This is what it is to be bandwidth constrained. Just like us, data has to commute to work, and the commute can be unproductive, a waste of time and energy. But if we expand the number of lanes, we can accommodate more cars. So if we can find ways to improve the bandwidth in a memory system, this will allow more data to flow faster. We know we need better integration of compute and memory to improve the speed and transfer of data. One solution is high bandwidth memory. High bandwidth memory uses an innovation in packaging to enhance performance and speed, also memory density in a smaller footprint. So what if you can move your home closer to the office in the commute analogy? With high bandwidth memory, we bring the memory closer to the application processor and realize enhanced performance and speed. I want to shout out to the creative department for these amazing animations. I think they're really cool. But here we're using our mature TSV technology to stack DRAM vertically, in this case 8 high. TSVs are through silicon vias, which are tiny electrical vertical connections that pass completely through the silicon wafer or die. This memory is a unique way to package our high-speed DRAM and is nicely positioned to enable demanding graphics and networking applications. Now I'm going to move on to talk about our innovations in NAND flash. We have AI-ready flash storage, and we can make it smarter. NAND flash is sometimes left out of the discussion because of its relatively low performance, but in fact it has the highest memory capacity of any memory, and so it can store a lot of data, which is important for AI applications. So as you saw in the video, Micron has the CMOS under array technology, which is a way to put the peripheral circuitry under the memory array. It minimizes die size and lowers manufacturing costs. All the intelligence to interact with the memory bits is now under the array. So this is like if you can skip the daily commute and have a home office in your basement where work can get done at a low cost. The other advantage, as you heard in the video, is that it allows us this opportunity to enhance the performance, provide further optimization of the memory. We're also making NAND flash bigger or more dense. Micron is the first to bring to market quad-level cell, or QLC technology. QLC can store 4 bits per cell, 33% more than triple-level cell NAND. QLC is fast, high-capacity storage. This is really important for read-intensive applications common with AI workloads. QLC delivers speed for these immense data sets we've been talking about, because machines can only learn as fast as they can access and analyze data. QLC delivers speed at low cost, which we think is really important because this will help us bring data closer to where it's being analyzed. So I wanted to just talk about 3 examples of how we have innovations to make our memory faster, smarter, and bigger, and point out that in all 3 of these cases, they address the persistent challenge that I talked about earlier, and that we'll continue to innovate down this path. So as I said at the beginning, memory is at the heart of AI. And I really want to leave you with 3 important messages. Number 1, if AI and machine learning are about getting to the answers faster, then this can't be done without memory. The answers are in the data, and data lives and moves through memory technology. Number 2, at Micron, we're working with the brightest minds in the industry to uncover new uses for our memory in AI and machine learning. Now more so than ever before, memory matters. Number 3, we are AI ready. Our memories are AI ready. As Sanjay said at the beginning, we are transforming how the world uses information to enrich life. So I realize Connor's story is not unique. Everyone has a story, and everyone can think about how these amazing developments we've been talking about today will enrich our lives in life and in healthcare and in business. So to realize this future, we need the youth of today to be inspired and energized about AI, and we need them to be excited about science and technology and engineering and math. That's why I'm excited today to have the opportunity to announce Micron's next recipient of Micron Foundation's Advancing Curiosity Grant. This grant will go to AI for All. AI for All is an organization dedicated to creating a pipeline of future talent in AI. And we have here today Tess Posner, who's the CEO of AI for All.
Thank you so much. We're so excited about this. Thank you for this amazing award and support. How many of you in this room, after this amazing day, are excited about AI? Raise your hand. Absolutely, so exciting. To quote you from before, AI has the potential to really address some of what we used to consider maybe unsolvable challenges in the world today. But as you said, to actually live up to this exciting potential that we all have so much energy about and that you've heard amazing things about today, we have to have the right talent building it. And we have to have the right diverse talent that actually represents our complex and diverse society. So that's exactly why we started AI for All. AI for All is a nonprofit organization that's working to create the next generation of diverse AI leaders. And we run AI education programs focused on underrepresented talent in partnership with UC Berkeley and Stanford, some of the other recipients, which is really exciting, and Carnegie Mellon University and Princeton University and other great organizations that are helping us really shape the next generation of leaders. But we don't just help our students build technical skills, we also help them understand and get excited about all of the amazing opportunities that AI has to offer, how it can potentially cure cancer, and really enhance our abilities as humans to solve some of the biggest challenges facing the world today. Our students, who are mostly in high school, are already going on to do amazing things. They're winning awards for their AI research. They're solving problems in their communities using AI technology. And they're teaching others, starting AI clubs at their schools and AI hackathons. So imagine what they'll do in the future. And we're so excited about this award, and it's going to allow us to expand our AI summer camps to reach more future AI leaders, future diverse AI leaders, and really be able to unlock AI's potential to solve big challenges in the world today. So thank you. We're so excited about this partnership, and we look forward to working together.
Thank you, Tess.
Thank you.
Innovators like Tess are paving the way to the future working to educate the next generation of technologists, thinkers, and leaders. So we feel like that's really important, educating thinkers in AI. And we know that memory has a central role to play in the AI revolution. And we believe that Micron is AI ready. Thank you.